Howdy folks, you're probably wondering what the heck's going on? No game intro, no nothing, right into the game, looking at a truck spinning, and yeah, you're kinda correct. Did a Euro Truck Simulator video a while ago and something screwed up with my recording software or whatever I was doing, so I wanted to avoid those problems today. So what I've done is I've already started a brand new game. As you can see, 0 kilometers driven, level 0, super newbie, and I started a new company. I set all the options so we wouldn't have to go through those option screens and potentially run through the same screw up. So what I'll be doing is I'll be doing Euro Truck videos as often as I can. Each video will be basically take place for like one day or whatever you want to call it of trucking time, or one delivery, whatever kind of comes first. And we're going to take it pretty easy. I want to keep the videos short. I don't want to have to do a lot of editing on them, so that's why I don't want to bore you with a lot of driving. But I am going to be using the keyboard to start with to drive, and then I'll be eventually switching over to my Xbox 360 controller to drive with, and then finally my G27 controller, or my Logitech G27 steering wheel. Now, why am I not jumping right to the steering wheel? I've never used the keyboard to play this game. I actually started playing with the controller and then moved over to a steering wheel. So I kind of wanted to experiment with the keyboard and see how it was, what my likes and dislikes are on it, what my likes and dislikes are with a controller, and what my likes and dislikes are with a steering wheel. Because I don't think that, there isn't really a personal preference that I have developed yet as to what I see is better. So going on with this game, I chose Volvo as the my truck of choice. I'm going to be starting off in Stuttgart, Germany. It's kind of middle of the mapish, so I figured that it's going to be there. No mods. So remember, guys, no mods. So in the comments section, if you see something you don't like, I will not be applying a mod to fix it. I'm going to be playing the game 100% vanilla. And then maybe what I'll do is I'll introduce specific videos for mods as we move forward. But I do have all the DLC for the game, all the important DLC as going east in the new Scandinavia, and I think I have some paint schemes and other things like that as well. But let's get right into it, and we'll go for a drive. Alrighty, so starting off here, I think we already have something that we can drive. Now, I just want to check one thing. Okay, there we go. That's what I needed to know. So, figured out all my turn signals. And we're good to go. And there we go. So now I learned a few new keys for the game, because the first time I played I couldn't remember any of my keyboard settings. And so now that I got those down pat, we should be a lot better off to get the heck out of here. The one thing I will say with keyboard, I find compared to the other types of inputs that I've used, is it's slow. It's slow to turn, and probably done on purpose for that. So now now I can actually apply a signal. Now I think there's a good exterior view that we can use to see what's going on. Oh, don't run the red light, buddy. Woo! Yeah, definitely with the keyboard, I find that things are a little bit more precarious as you're turning, because you don't have any like sensory input of it, where on a controller, or especially the steering wheel, you can kind of get a little bit more feel, because you actually have a little bit of more of an analog than a digital. This is either on or off. I'm either fully accelerating or I'm not accelerating at all. Oh, did I miss my turn? I think I did. Uh-oh, see, I'm talking too much. Now I gotta pull a U-turn. Let's see how this is gonna work out. Not very good. Let's just muscle our way through it. Oh, jampy! I'm already starting off breaking all the laws. But surprisingly, I didn't get stuck. So I'll put on my turn signal just to be extra safe here. So we found ourselves a Mercedes truck dealership. Yay. So other than my initial screw up, which I'm glad I got that, maybe that might be the only one I get this game. That was nice of the bus to let me through. Okay, now where do I gotta go here? Where the heck do I gotta go? Uh-oh. I already drove by it. Okay. Alright. So I'm already screwing up immensely. This is where I'd probably really... Ah, there we go on the other side. This is where I'd really like to say, take back my statement where I'm not going to edit the video, because I'd love to edit this video. But then again, this is all... I'm sure everybody and their brother has done this. Alrighty, let's go. So I'm not going to do any backing up, just due to the simple fact that that could easily, as you saw by my first attempt, that could easily take up hours and hours of our time, which, you know, I don't think anybody wants to watch me suffering through that experience. Well, maybe you do, but I don't want to see me suffering through that experience. So now we got our new graffitied headquarters here. Looking good. Pretty basic garage. It may not be much, but it's a start. But unfortunately, we haven't got anything to park there yet, so there are no trucks in sight. Okay, so apparently we got to earn some money, buy some trucks, hire some drivers, and we're good to go. Good luck! Alright, so at this stage now, let's hit up that job market. We're going to look for jobs that are going to give us the biggest boom for the buck. And I am going to be writing down where we go, because unfortunately there is no job history that tells you on this day you went on this job and did this. So we're going to take this guy here from Stuttgart to Frankfurt. Alright, so we're going to take that guy. So I do apologize, I write that down and probably spelt it incorrectly, but actually did I? No, not too bad. I think I got my T's backwards for Stuttgart, but hey, what do you want? I'm just a lowly Canadian guy. Alright, so what are we going to be taking here? So for this job here, can we get more information? Yeah, it's a standard delivery, but what are we hauling? Oh, tractors. 11 tons of tractors. 17 tons of sausages. Wow. Okay, well, let's take these tractors then. We're going to take this job. So that's where we are now. We're going to be heading up there to Frankfurt. And we're going to take this job. Alright, so I should all be loaded up now. Got my trailer going on here. I see how I have to get out. I got to just do an incredibly hard right-hand turn. Always nice to look around and see what's shaking. And then we'll come right back in here. We'll get our truck started. There we go. We'll get our steering wheel. And we'll get going. And our first turn is going to be a left-hand turn. One of the biggest issues that I've always had with this game, not issues, but one of my personal things that I've always struggled with is getting like the trailer out without clipping the sides when you turn. You know, being able to negotiate that turn properly where you're not going to cause a ton of damage. Because the other strange thing about this game, obviously, is, you know, you got to kind of watch for traffic. Let's edge out and see. Okay. This is the other weird thing, right? No brake in sight. Okay, we got a brake on this side. This is where if you had your wife or girlfriend in the car, you'd be telling her, tell me when I'm clear on that side. Alright, I think we're good. We got our brake. So let's get rolling here. I don't think I could ever play this game in third person. I think it would just be far too difficult. Where I do like to play racing games in third person because I love looking at the cars, typically as I smash them and grind them along the wall. Let's get this guy up here. We got new mail! I know what it's going to be. Volvo trucks on sale. We'll check that out when we get back. And our next turn is going to be a left turn again. Euro Truck Simulator 2 now does have a mod manager, so you know, mods will be maybe something I add as I go along. Just for, I figured for the first couple of days, let's get used to the game completely stock, and then we'll start to advance it there. I normally have looked for mostly map mods in the game, you know, just to add to the experience, get into Russia and other places like that. It looks like the developer of the game has certainly taken note. But I mean, it's a huge undertaking to develop realistic areas and then obviously scale them down to a video game. Because obviously you're not driving 24 hours to get from, you know, point A to point B. It's a game time versus real time, so you have to scale down the scenery accordingly. Oh, I got a yawn there. Oh, yawning. Alright. Frankfurt, on the right we go. And I'm going to try not to break the law too much, like obviously my illegal U-turns and what have you. I'm going to try not to do those too often, wherever I can help it. Keep an eye on my speed, because I do want to kind of make some money. Just get over here, let this guy up. I don't think you're allowed to run in the left-hand lane. Just like you probably shouldn't be passing on the right, but hey, you know, rules were made to be broken for some, apparently. Another difficult thing with playing with the keyboard is, of course, the fact that you're using a keyboard, and it makes it hard to sometimes multitask, where you have all your buttons on a controller or on the steering wheel, which are right there. Typically have to take your hand off the keyboard and move it to another key. So using the the A and the D keys to steer, there's no way that I could reach. Actually, I'm using the arrow keys for my throttle, so I don't cramp up my left hand while I'm playing, but it's definitely a challenge, especially if you want to make sure you hit the right key. So far, though, I really don't mind playing with the keyboard. I use keyboard for Farming Simulator as well, where I have the other inputs. I do find I actually don't mind the keyboard that much. Maybe on a game like this, it's going to get a little bit more tedious due to the fact that I'm going to hit longer runs and be expected to be on the road longer, or for longer times, or whatever. Get the old Garples tunnel. But we'll see how we do. So far for these short runs, keyboard's proving to be a non-issue. It is a little bit bumpy, like you have to continually tap. You can't just, you don't get the same control out of a steering wheel, for example, where you can just kind of turn it a few degrees and you can make it around a slight bend, or turn it more as the bend sharpens up or the turn sharpens up. Here it's that constant tapping. So definitely for a game such as this, I mean, even early on, if you do have a steering wheel and you're trying this game with a keyboard, you can easily see that the steering wheel is the dominant input. So it's something that I'll probably be going back to. I'm just lazy. I just hate having to hook the bloody thing up. Ah, so lazy. So lazy. I'm going to try to keep these videos to under half an hour for you guys too, so it doesn't kill you with boredom. Because I want everybody to see the runs and what's there, the routes, the runs. Who wants to see the runs? Ooh, God. The routes that I take, or the routes, for those that want to make fun of my Canadiana. So I'm going to try to keep it a pretty consistent series. I'm hoping between 20 to 30 minutes per video. Obviously, if it's a really long route that's going to extend past that, then we can always, pull off to a rest area while the driver catches some Z's, because he's going to get tired. And then we'll continue the next morning. Oop, crap. Drifting. Already getting tired. Guess the nice thing that we can do is eventually I'll have enough that I can make that montage of all the stupid things I've done, like U-turns and missing my drop-off point, and I've only been playing 19 minutes. So that's crazy. Of course, it'd be great to have some driving music in the background while we're recording the game, but you know, YouTube is what it is. Can't do it. Don't do it, Jampy. Don't do it. So, we'll just have to enjoy the hum of the tires, the roar of the engines, the click of the signals, the sounds of the city. Maybe I'll have to find like a topic of the day to chat about too. What will be the topic of today as we're getting close to our route? What is the topic of today? Should we use like current events? Should we talk about a topic that just a general interest type topic that doesn't have any, you know, might not be current? Let's have to wait and see. Oh, am I going to be getting off here? Frankfurt. Yes, I am. Let's get some lights on. It's getting dark. I don't want to break the law. Plus, I now know what the key is. But lights is L, so... Just like wipers is P, I believe. Isn't it wipers P? Yeah. Oh, 3 wipers. Oh, okay. Ooh, scared me with those wipers. So I guess that's one of the things that we need to figure out, just so we can, you know, I can do my babbling while I'm recording, and you guys can always throw something back into the comments. So, American Truck Simulator's coming out too, which is going to be pretty cool. I believe it's starting with, oh no! Stupid idiot! Didn't you see me drifting into the lane? Not paying attention to you. Sacre bleu. I think they're starting out in California for that. Come on, brakes, work. And then they're moving it over into other states. So that's 3 this game. So an illegal U-turn, missed my drop-off point, and then crushed that guy and probably killed them. And I left them for dead, too. Don't forget that. I don't even wait for the authorities to arrive. I just leave them. What the hell, man? I got deadlines. So, yeah. So going back to that, I think it's starting off in California, which is going to be awesome. I'm hoping that they eventually add Canada and Mexico and obviously the rest of the United States, because all 3 would be extremely interesting. I drive through Canada quite a bit, or at least Ontario, and I don't know how exciting that would be for me, but California I'm pretty stoked about. I've never been there. I've never had the opportunity to, you know, ever see any of it. It's on my list of things to do, but that's a pretty big freaking list. Okay, I got a turn coming up here. Holy smokes, these freaking lights, eh? Felt myself age there. Uh-oh. See, that's what I mean. I just suck at that so bad. I can't turn without hitting the curb. Maybe just practice. I think this is where I gotta go. Oh my goodness, I'm right. Alright. So there we go. Did I get dinged for the accident? Oh my god, I didn't. I think it's too early. So we'll forget about that accident. And we'll worry about it another day. He was alright anyways. It was just a scratch. It'd buff out. So that's it then, guys, for... Oh, I get to choose some goodies. So typically what I do is I always choose Eco Driver, save money on fuel, and... also, that helps extend our distance. I'm looking pretty good. And guys, that's going to be it. So, day 1 Euro Truck Simulator is coming to an end. Short routes. I think what I do, Stuttgart to Frankfurt, and then obviously on my next day of recording, we'll keep pushing it and building up the company and see where we go. So hopefully you enjoy this series. Please leave any comments you have in the comment section below, except for the "you suck" ones, because I know that already, and I don't, thanks. And we'll catch you next time for another Euro Truck Simulator for day 2. Ciao.